Welcome to IJustWatched. I'm Joseph. We're discussing Aquaman 2, Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom. It's been out for a minute, so spoiler warning just in case. I apologize, I'm behind. Medical emergencies kind of threw a big old monkey wrench into my life, but I'm trying to get back into it, trying to get back into the routine, so I apologize for that. However, discussing this movie, the final movie in the DCEU, I saw people dogging it, I saw people completely shitting on this movie, and one of my favorite fellow YouTubers, I'm a huge fan of his, he's someone I look to and who usually have a similar opinion, usually, but not always. And he started out saying that this movie was worse than The Flash, and I wholeheartedly disagree. The Flash is absolute garbage. I can't watch that movie. It's a hard watch. It's forgettable. I dislike so much in it. I won't go into a rant about The Flash. If you want to see that or hear what I had to say, I'll put a link up here. The fact when I heard that, I was like, oh, damn, like, what? Did we not see the same thing? And it has to be the nostalgia effect that is Michael Keaton. I understand it, but that is too heavy of a bias to really say that that movie is better than this movie. Aquaman 2, by no means, is that good of a movie. It is mediocre at best. And it's sad because it's my boy James Wan. I absolutely love him. And I have this weird mixed feeling because there's parts in this movie that scream James Wan. The visual beauty, the shot, the dialogue, the concept, pieces of it scream James Wan, and those parts are fantastic. And then there's parts that feel like someone else was at the helm of this ship, someone else was in charge, someone else put their hands on this product because the shot structure, the design, the CG, just so much of it doesn't carry the quality and construction that is James Wan, makes me feel someone else had hands in this. And outside, yes, we know that James Gunn and Saffron, I can't remember his name, I apologize, but they took over. They're creating the DCU, but we know he had his hands in the last few projects. Shazam, he made him change Shazam 2, excuse me, he made him change a few things. As far as I can tell from what I've read online and heard, is the only movie he didn't touch was Blue Beetle, and that's the only one to carry a character over, to my knowledge, because he had a hand in The Flash, he had a hand in Aquaman 2. This does feel like a mix-up, like something happened. The excitement from it, the articles I read that James Gunn was, kind of walking upset. He was upset. And I remember in the first Aquaman, he said he had all the control. No one was bothering him. It was his baby to bring to life. I didn't get that in this one at a certain point because when I remember he dropped the Instagram post, he was doing his director's cut of this movie. I was super excited. I was ecstatic because as of right now, he has yet to create something that I truly dislike or think is utter garbage. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple things he's made that I'm like, it's okay. And there's most of it is good to great for me. And this movie falls on the, it's okay. The bits that scream him are phenomenal. Like there's a part where Black Manta's coming through the smoke and you see the red beams of his eyes kind of flutter as as it's heating up, you just see it coming through. It's scary. He's behind Aquaman's father. You see there's moments like that scream him, certain shots, certain effects. Because then there's effects in this movie that look god awful, which makes no sense because in the first one, he didn't create anything crazier than he did in the first one. If anything, I think the first one maybe had a bit more and it was cleaner. So I don't understand why this one felt and looked like there was love attached to parts of it and then it was taken from them, and that's when you lose the love for the creation. You start half-assing it, and it felt like that. And of course, I don't know, I wasn't there, I don't know the whole story, I don't know if it was all him, but I would bet my bottom dollar someone else had their hand in this pot. That being said, it is by far definitely not worse than The Flash. This movie I thought had better visuals. I still like Black Manta. I kind of like what they were doing with a black trident and then trying to give him this semi-possessed, and he was willing to sell his soul to a devil to get revenge. Parts of the story feel really good, and then parts of it kind of feel, again, thrown together. And that's how that movie left me. Parts of it just felt thrown in, and that leaks into the idea that there's no consequences in this movie, and that's an issue. People get hurt, but they're back up and running within moments. So that also didn't feel like them. There was a lot of cheesy jokes thrown in. It was a lot of Momoa's chee-hoo randomly mixed in. There's most of it you never see his face. It's just he's swimming or something's going on and you hear it out of nowhere. And I'm like, they turned his character into Drax almost. He was just kind of a big, strong buffoon, and I don't like that. He wasn't like that in the first one. Yes, he was goofy, but he had regression in this one instead of moving forward. There was buddy cop moments that I enjoyed. Overall, this movie's very lackluster. It's not that good of a movie, sadly. By far, I think it's better than The Flash. I'd rather watch it than The Flash. I'd rather watch Shazam 2 than The Flash. But out of those three, I'd put Aquaman. Don't get me wrong, bit of a bias. I am a James Wan fan. Bit of a biased, but it would be Aquaman, Shazam 2, The Flash. The Flash, and that sucks because I'm a fan of Muschichetti. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I think the movie he also originally had planned was stripped from him. I think Gunn can do it. I don't have a lot of faith. I don't think it'll be bad either. So I'm just going to wait and see, and we'll have to go from there. But I want to hear your thoughts. What was your favorite DCEU movie? Or rank them for me, because I got one coming out for you. But I love chatting with y'all again. I apologize for the late discussion. I have more stuff coming out. Iron Claw, Wonka, stuff like that I'm catching up on. So I do apologize. Just had a severe family emergency, and it kind of threw life for a loop. But I'm back. I'm trying to, like I said, get back into the routine of things. But I love chatting with y'all, so I do appreciate your patience, and hopefully you come back and you enjoy it, and we can get that conversation started again. But until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adios.